so much for joining me on my program once again. I appreciate you wherever you're joining me from. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Accept my greeting according to your time zone. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime I upload a video. You can be among the first to receive it. Then go to the comment section at all times. Leave your comment, drop your contribution. If you have suggestions, make it out there. If you have any criticism, put it down on the comment section. It will make us to get better, presenting you a better program. Thank you so much.
Jack lost his own life. The dog. So many other people lost their life. And in that same process, our Supreme Mazi Nnamdi Kanu lost his two parents, his father and mother, because of that attack. And with all this overwhelming evidence that is before the whole world, that doesn't need any microscope or somebody to explain to you. All you need to do is go to Facebook and you type the attack of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The video will pop up. You see it for yourself what transpired. With all these evidences that is before you, somebody will still come to the media and begin to describe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as somebody that jumped bail. The lawyers have won the case in the court and he never jumped bail. They spoke about it time and time again. Never jumped bail. But still, some evil men are still preaching that very thing on media. Up to the extent that somebody recently began to talk of rearrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. What has rearrest got to do with kidnap? The way Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was bundled from Kenya, kidnapped, wounded, covered his head, tortured for 8 days, covered his head, and flew him to Nigeria without any protocol. Is that what you call arrest? And a media person will come and be reporting it as a rearrest. That is how evil this will act. That's why I'm telling you that the enemy we are up against, they are unrepentant souls and they will do everything to push us down. That is why we must be consistent in our requests and our words. Always remember, consistency is the key. What we are asking for is our freedom, because it is obvious that we are not needed in this very contraption. We are not wanted. We are not wanted. And for you Biafra that are watching, why you must sit up in this month and participate in every civil disobedience. Participate. The freedom of the Biafran people is in the hand of the ordinary people, myself and you. Our freedom is in our hand. The Biafran Republic government in exile is there to guide you into your freedom. Our Prime Minister is there to guide you into your freedom. The Prime Minister of Biafran Republic government in exile is there to guide you into your freedom. Every other equipment and apparatus that you need, they are there to guide you into your freedom. But you have your role to play. Every one of us has the role to play. What role do we have to play? Obedience to instructions. For those of you who are listening to politicians, you are listening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you are missing the track already. If you genuinely want freedom, you must not listen to any politician in that contraption, no matter the tribe, no matter the religion, no matter the location. You must not listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu if you really want freedom. I was just watching the interview that was granted to Iwanyang, who they made the new Ohaneze chief. We applauded him for asking for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But apart from asking for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, when you look at the way he was making his statement, you see that this is another blackmailer. This is another blackmailer. These are people who cannot speak up, speak to authorities. I saw his interview in Arise TV, where he was praising Buhari. Praising Buhari for doing good for him. That Buhari has given him road. That Buhari has given him a second Niger bridge. That many governors have told him how good Buhari was to them. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Is it the same Buhari that is begging for forgiveness? The same Buhari that have put Nigeria in irrecoverable in a condition that they will never ever recover. Surprisingly, your new Ohanes Ndigbo chairman was in Arise television praising him. Praising him. And when you see his demand for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you see that there's no strength in his words. There's no strength in his words. This is how bad it is. And this is why I tell you that our freedom is in our hands. Our freedom is in our hands. We applauded him for at least opening his mouth to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be free. But when you listen to that interview, the words that he said that followed that, you see that there is no genuinity from that request he made. The request doesn't have strength. It doesn't have any strength. There's no strength in that request he made. He was just playing around and dancing from right, left, and center, betraying his people at the same time, selling us out again to the same man who put us in captivity. I was shocked to hear Iwanyamu praise Buhari, that he has done a lot of work for him. That he has done a lot of work. Mentioning a second Niger bridge. Mentioning whichever road you say he built for him. Give an example of the governor, that the governors told him how good he has been to them. And this is someone who you think can give you hope. You see why we say that every of this organization is in the hand of the enemy. Their manipulation is so much that anybody that has to do anything to do with politics in Nigeria, you must not trust him or her. You must not trust him or her. When you see them coming, run as fast as you can. Run and escape for your life. Any place you hear them or you see them, run as fast as you can and escape for your life. These are a group of people that you can never ever trust. They sell their birthright for porridge, and they will do it again and again. Unrepentant souls. Regardless how you complain, regardless how you cry, regardless what you say, these are unrepentant souls. That's why you must not believe what they tell you. You must not. We have a serious work in our hands. If you genuinely want to see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free, this is the time. Every one of you that is asking, what are we going to do to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How can we free him? Why are we not doing anything? We are not doing anything. The time for action has come. Civil disobedience, that you all know, is a very powerful tool. Civil disobedience, a very powerful tool that can turn this situation around. And in this month of May, it is lined up. Before they sit at home, before the court day, 4 days sit at home to demand for the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. After that, the 2 weeks, prepare for it. If they refuse to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the 2 weeks will commence. And you must be part of it. After that 2 weeks, 29th, a lockdown in Biafra land. 30th, our Heroes Day, lockdown. You must not play with every information, any information in this very May that we are. If you sincerely want freedom, this is the peak of it. If you genuinely want freedom, this is the time. It is not enough to come online and cry, I want freedom, I want freedom. It is not enough to type on your keyboard. It is not enough to hide under your voice and send voice messages on WhatsApp groups. It is not enough to speak and shout and yell. This is the time for you to put your word to action. If you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out, it is now. We have to send a strong message to every single politician in Biafra land. We have to let them know those who are in control. We have to let them know once again that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in charge. It doesn't matter what they do. We have to let them know, more especially all the governors in Biafra land, all the commissioners in Biafra land, every politician, from the biggest one to the smallest one in Biafra land. It is time to send them a strong message. It is time. And if we must make our voice heard and loud, every one of us must participate in it. Every single one of us must participate. Everybody. Every one of us. We must be part of it. Start preparing yourself. As you hear this message, share it and let it go viral. Get to other people. Anybody that sincerely, you see, when we are talking about Biafra coming in 2023, this is the peak. We can actually turn things around within ourselves. If Biafrans can respond, 90% response, and lock down Biafra land, they have no reason. They can't hold it. They can't stand it. They cannot stand it. The government of the zoo cannot stand it. The state government cannot stand it. If we can rise up and shut down Biafra land, shut it down for 4 good days, then we have no choice. Then we have no other choice than to give in. And our referendum is not negotiable. Biafra referendum is not negotiable. That is the only way forward. Conduct a referendum peacefully. If we lose the referendum, we remain in the zoo. If we win the referendum, we exit the zoo. As simple as that. Is that too much to ask? Is it a crime to ask for a referendum? It is not a crime. International law supports that. African law supports that, which Nigeria is a signatory to. Even Nigerian law itself supports self-determination, which is what we're actually asking for. So how dare you criminalize self-determination up to the extent of taking the innocent lives of Biafrans? The time has come. Every Biafran that is watching, wherever you're watching from, that time that you have been waiting for has come. That question you have been asking, this is the time to give an answer to it. That question you have been asking, that $1 million question you've been asking, that thing that is bothering you, this is the time for you to take action. Every hand must be on deck to participate in the sit at home. In this civil disobedience, if you have not been participating in the past, if you have not been making calls to contact your family and get them engaged, better begin to do it now. Start doing it now. With the little effort you have put in the past, we have achieved a lot. Everyone can testify to the success of the sit at home. In the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and in actualization of Biafra. Everybody can testify. Even the zoo can testify. Asrock themselves can testify the effect of sit at home. The whole world can testify to the effect of sit at home. Even though we are not having it the way we are supposed to have it. But at this time, it is high time we increase the pressure. Lock it up. Lock it. When we talk, shut down. When you hear shut down, lock it up. Let it be the best that we have ever seen. Let the world talk about it. Then we have no choice than to let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu go. This is a golden opportunity. Another golden opportunity for us. Not that you will not participate. Immediately after the period is gone, then you begin to ask Mazi Nnamdi, what are we going to do? Let's do this, let's do that. That your question has been answered. Look at what we are going to do. Civil disobedience to shut down Biafra land. And you hear Mazi Nnamdi Kanu outside. Don't go and relax. You don't participate. And the next minute, you are sending voice message, you are sending email, you are writing what to do and what not to do. Everything have a plan and strategy. And we thank Chukwu government that will have somebody who is very, very experienced. The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Very, very experienced and calculative. All you have to do is to follow all the instructions. That is all you have to do. Follow every instruction he has given you, one after the other. And you will find yourself on the safe side. The reason why we are still battling with the zoo today is because many of us are not following instruction. Right from the time of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, many instructions were given by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, people don't obey. Look at the people who claim to be closest to him. People who claim to be closest to him, who claim they come as Nnamdi Kanu is our leader, he's our supreme leader. Look at them, every one of them have fallen out. Every one of them have fallen out. And I asked them, where is the consistency that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked about? Where is it today? Where is the consistency that Mazi Nnamdi talked about? You cannot be consistent. When the elections come, you go cold. You allow the election to hold. After the election, you come and you begin to blag. All you have in your heart is blackmail, propaganda, and extortion. But you cannot make any move, any sensible move. Every single one of them who was there with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they learned nothing. Those debating with the Sabotua, they learned nothing. Because if they have learned something from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they would have done something since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was absent. They would have done a thing. At least would have seen something they did and say, this is their own landmark. They would have made a landmark in the absence of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Including many of them, there was many of them in those days who are saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not doing it well. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not doing it well. You don't like the way he's going about it. You don't like the way he's going about the freedom. He's not doing it well. He's not following the right direction. Today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been out of the picture for 2 good years. For 2 good years. You that have been saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't know how to do it well. Can you show us what you have done in the space of these 2 years that you are given? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in the picture. So you have all the freedom you have to bring that your own idea that you feel is better. That thing you feel that you have in your brain that is better than what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is offering. That you are crying about, shouting. Making noise on a daily basis. Oh, he doesn't know how to do it well. Oh, he doesn't do that. The way he's going about it is not good. For these past 2 years now, what have you brought to the table? What? Including the ones that sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu because they don't like the angle that he's going. They were so terrified that they cannot be able to follow the speed of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They sold him out. Even after selling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it is 2 years today. Since you said you want to follow in the different, what have you been able to achieve for that 2 years? What template have you put on the table? What landmark have you made since the kingdom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? There is no single person that can tell me that this is what he or she has done. Among all those criminals, among all those critics of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, among all those who were claiming to know it all, for good 2 years, there is no single one of them that can present one thing and say, look at our own landmark. The only man standing today that we can be able to see what he has done is our Prime Minister, the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are so many things to his name today. So many things are to his name today. He's the one gingering the sit at home, the civil disobedient. He's still the one controlling and gingering the civil disobedient today. That is making the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu heard up to today. He's the one pioneering it. And he continues to do so. As if that is not enough. It is still because of him today that you still have ESN intact. It is because of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He is the one today who was able to keep the ESN intact. Another thing to his name. Today, Everybody in the planet Earth has known that we have Biafra government in exile. Biafra Republic government in exile. That Biafra, that they thought is dead, is never, ever, ever dead and will never, ever die. Mazi Nnamdi activated Biafra Republic government in exile fully, and Biafrans elected him as a prime minister. Today, Biafra have a prime minister. They have a government. They have officials. If there is nothing you can put in his name, that's an accolade. Today, Biafra is opening emissaries in different countries. We have seen our head office in United States. We have seen that of Finland. South Africa is coming up. Many other countries are opening their own emissaries. Made possible in this present time of our new prime minister.